Welcome to Fredonia's 2019 commencement. Please remain standing while Michaela Weaver, who is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Music degree in music education, leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner. Please remain standing after the anthem when Jason Chung, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in computer science, reads this morning's opening reflection, which was written by Nathan Kropp.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets echo, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner or the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Let us raise our hearts and minds to the wisdom that is beyond all knowledge, to the ultimate goodness that surpasses all our goodwill. We gather today for ceremony and ritual for the most solemn celebration of the Academy. Here, we will remember our purpose as an institution of learning, recall all our ideals, and rededicate ourselves to the pursuit of all that is true, good, and beautiful. May the spirit of wisdom and goodness remind us of our grand vision, which is nothing less than the transformation of the world through the formation and education of those who study here. Today, we rejoice in the successful preparation of another class of graduates for this task, and we honor them for their accomplishment. May the same spirit of wisdom and goodness be with us today as we repeat the centuries-old rituals of commencement.
Please be seated. Thank you, Michaela and Jason. Thank you as well to Raymond Stewart and the Commencement Concert Band for enriching this morning's ceremony with your music. Platform guests, faculty and staff, relatives and friends, and members of the 2019 graduating class, welcome to this special celebration. For you graduates and your families, today's commencement represents the culmination of many years of diligence and effort. Whether you came here from across New York or around the world, Fredonia has been, I hope, a place of welcome and challenge. In your studies and your friendships, your explorations and your successes, you have been challenged to learn about yourself, your field of study, and the world. The international flags you see hanging in this arena represent the countries of Fredonia graduates and faculty in attendance today. They remind us of the global connections we have as an institution and the hopes for today's graduates to be forces for good in the world. Graduates, the Fredonia campus community has come to know you. We've seen you in the dining halls, in the library and laboratories, in classrooms, in student activities and athletics, in your roles as leaders across campus and beyond. Faculty and staff here have worked to help you find your voice and your passion and to develop your independence in thinking and responsible action. From this point, it's up to you to show what Fredonians can do. Your employers, your communities, your families will see that you are indeed skilled, connected, creative, and responsible. We're counting on you to use everything you've learned, to continue to learn, to ask new questions, to challenge, to use new technologies, and to represent your alma mater proudly in all you do. In a study a few years ago, Fredonia's regional economic impact, which includes all of Chautauqua, Erie, and Cattaraugus counties, exceeded $204 million annually, while statewide our impact surpassed $330 million. Our greatest contribution to this region and the state, however, is you. The example of your lives is the best advocacy for a Fredonia education, but we count on you to assist those who will follow you. With continued hard work, you'll be successful in your professions and in your lives. As you advance in your careers, please help us to recruit the best students, build the network of successful alumni who can connect with students and programs. Share your story with those who are skeptical about the value of higher education, and offer financial support for future students in the university. We're counting on you to make a difference, and we'll be applauding you, not just today, but through your life. This is my last commencement day at Fredonia, having served here for 14 years. Like you, I have countless treasured memories of students and colleagues, performances and speakers that challenged and inspired me, long days and nights, many meals and receptions and events. My heart and soul have been in the work that all of us do here, and a part of me will forever be at Fredonia. It has been my honor and joy to serve you. I will miss you, class of 2019 undergraduate and graduate students, but I look forward to seeing your impressive accomplishments in the years ahead and hope you'll always carry the spirit of Fredonia with you, not just as a memory, but as a part of yourself, a point of pride and connection as you leave here. The world needs you. The world has been patiently waiting for you. This is your time to do good, to lift others, and to shine. I believe in you, and I'll always be proud of you. Graduates, today we're here to honor you, but you know that many individuals have helped you along the way. Parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses and partners, other relatives, friends, and teachers have supported you in many ways on the path to today's celebration. Graduates, please stand. Wave to your people who are in the stands and express your gratitude for what they've done for you. And those of you in the audience who are so proud of today's graduates, please join me in expressing enthusiasm for their achievements. It is now my pleasure to introduce the members of this morning's processional party, who will stand as their names are called. Please hold your applause until the entire party is introduced. Joanne Niebel, member of the Fredonia College Council. Dr. Mostaba Sayedian, interim dean of the School of Business. Russell Dietrich, Jr., member of the Fredonia College Council. Dr. J. Andy Karfa, dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Dr. Ralph Blasting, dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts, who's retiring this year. The Honorable Stephen Keefe, member of the Fredonia College Council. Cynthia A. Alstrom, member of the Fredonia College Council. SUNY Distinguished Professor H. Joseph Strait of the Department of Mathematical Sciences, our official mace bearer. Richard Alexander, member of Fredonia College Council. Catherine Riccio, graduate student reader. Michael Metzger, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Jason Chung, undergraduate student reflection reader. Dr. Kevin Kearns, Vice President for Advancement, Engagement, and Economic Development. Dr. Teresa Brown, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Catherine E. Hanover, Senior Class President. The Honorable Frank Pagano, Chair of the Fredonia College Council. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Sean C. Nelms, Fredonia alumnus and proud father of Nia, one of this afternoon's graduates. Seth Meyer, President of the Student Association and Student Representative to the Fredonia College Council. Betty Gossett, Associate Vice President for Advancement, Engagement, and Economic Development and Executive Director of the Fredonia College Foundation. Dr. Michael Chaldone, Chair, State University of New York at Fredonia University Senate. Dr. Bruce Neal Simon, University Faculty Senator. Dr. Judith Horowitz, Associate Provost for Graduate Studies, Sponsored Programs, and Faculty Development. Dr. William Borner, Chief Diversity Officer and Director of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Dr. Lisa Hunter, Associate Provost for Curriculum Assessment and Academic Support. Thank you to all the members of the processional party for being part of this celebration. Today's ceremony is a celebration among hardworking support staff, dedicated volunteers from throughout campus, and the Commencement Committee, chaired by Dean of Students Michael Lemieux. As longtime chair, Dean Lemieux has spent decades making sure that hundreds of details are addressed to create a memorable day for graduates and their families. He celebrates his last commencement today prior to a well-deserved retirement, and we salute him. And thank you to all of you who have worked collectively to make this celebration a special day for graduating students and their families and friends. Thank you as well to this morning's faculty marshals who are retiring this year or have recently retired, and I'll ask them to stand. Patricia Astry of the Department of Biology. Dr. Penny Height of the Department of Applied Professional Studies. Sandra A. Lewis of the Professional Development Center. And Professor Emeritus Kathleen Majera of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. And also, please join me in recognizing these graduating student marshals who are honored for their academic achievement and service to Fredonia. Kaylee Bates, Michael A. Conti, Sydney Deppis, Mary DiCiocio, Catherine Fink, and Molly Waderick. I would also like to recognize Stephanie Wojnowski, a 2019 recipient of the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence, who is also graduating this morning with honors. Today's sign language interpreter is Janelle Kruger. Thank you. And thank you to those who are coordinating today's live streaming video. Frank Pagano of Fredonia, who was appointed by then-Governor David Patterson in 2009 to a 7-year term as a member and chair of the Fredonia College Council, and reappointed in 2006 by Governor Andrew Cuomo, will now give greetings on behalf of the council. Mr. Pagano started his career in banking, then served as president of MPJ Enterprises, a real estate development and management company. In 1986, he was recognized by the Fredonia Business Club as Business Person of the Year. From 1998 to 2006, Mr. Pagano served as the chairman of the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency. He served 3 consecutive terms as mayor of the village of Fredonia, from 1995 to 2007, during which time the village was chosen by Buffalo Business First as the best community in Western New York. In 2005, he was elected to serve a 1-year term as the president of the New York State Conference of Mayors. And in 2006, then Mayor Pagano was listed in the Congressional Record by Congressman Brian Higgins for his outstanding contribution to the New York Council of Mayors. Giving greetings on behalf of the Fredonia College Council, Chair Frank Pagano.
Thanks, Jenny. Now, would you rather get your degree right now or hear my speech? You're going to hear my speech anyway. Took a long time to prepare this. Thank you, Dr. Horvath, for that warm welcome. Members of the College Council, cabinet members, faculty, parents, guests, and especially the class of 2019, I welcome all of you to today's 192nd graduation ceremonies. It's also a great pleasure to welcome an old friend, Dr. Sean Nelms. Sean, welcome. As he's going to be our commencement speaker, and he's a Fredonia graduate. To the parents out there, it's finally over. No more tuition, no more beer money. To the graduates, you have committed a grave tactical error. You're leaving school and embarking on the greatest adventure and maybe the biggest challenge of your life. You're moving back in with your parents. Now, I gave these remarks a couple years ago, but they're worth listening to again, so I'm going to give them again. After I gave a speech 12 years ago, an alumnus of Fredonia came up to me and said, "Mr. Pagano, I want to thank you for your inspirational advice you gave me 10 years ago." I said, "Well, thank you, but I could neither remember the graduate or what I had said. Can you please refresh my memory?" I said. "What could I have said that inspires you so much?" At that moment, the alumnus looked me square in the eyes and said, "I tried to live my life by these words. You shook my hand, gave me my diploma, and said, 'Keep moving, keep moving.'" So today, when you come on stage, I'm going to inspire you by telling you to keep moving. Just remember the degree you will receive today is just a learner's permit for the rest of your life, your drive through life. You can't exchange it for cash, and your degree can't interview for you. You can't eat it or make love to it. To be successful, you don't have to be smarter than the next person. You just must be willing to work harder than the next person. Remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. You are brilliant, able, and ambitious class. The world will judge you not by the number of times you fall, but by the number of times you get up and walk again. Never give up. The greatest danger in the world today is not the bad people in it, but the good people who don't speak out. Always make your voices heard. On behalf of the College Council, our faculty, staff, administrators, and the greater Fredonia community, I thank you for your hard work and contributions that you have made to our community during your time here. I wish you all the best of luck and a fond farewell. You will always be a Fredonian. Thank you. No, I want you to stay here. I've got some added remarks that the president doesn't know about. They weren't in her book. So, Ginny?
I'm right here.
Huh?
I'm right here.
Now it's the time to allow me a few more minutes at the microphone. I'd like to say a few words about Dr. Horvath, more affectionately known to me as Ginny. As most of you know, Ginny has decided to retire after serving 14 years here at Fredonia and the past 7 as president. This will be her last commencement. Ginny's love for her students is clearly visible as she strolls through the campus, always stopping to chat with students. She maintains an open-door policy where any student can come to see her at any time. She was appointed the first president of Fredonia in the school's 192-year history. I'm proud to say that I led the search committee that selected her for more than 50 candidates. Ginny's accomplishments are many. She implemented the enrollment management plan and achieved major goals of the Power Fredonia strategic plan, including the Carnegie Community Engagement Classification. She was instrumental in key initiatives leading to specific growth in the Fredonia College Foundation. The list of her achievements will be recognized here for years to come. Ginny, as your career comes to an end, please know that your influence carries on. Countless lives have been impacted through the knowledge you have imparted. You have been a large part of this college, and your knowledge and years of experience have brought Fredonia to where it is today. Thank you for all your hard work. Hoping your retirement is everything you ever dreamed it could be. Now, as a parting gift, as a parting gift from the College Council, this is a mock-up of 2 bricks that will be laid at Williams Center, and it reads President Virginia Horvath, 2012-2019, with thanks and gratitude from the Fredonia College Council.
Wait.
The College Council has also made a contribution to the College Foundation for a new endowment set in Jenny's name. Please now join me in giving Jenny a standing ovation.
Thank you, Mr. Pagano, for your welcome and your very kind remarks, and for the gift from the College Council. You offer unwavering support of this institution, and you encourage the graduates and campus community. It's been a pleasure to work with you and to know your dedication to Fredonia. This year's graduating class exhibits the best of Fredonia's traditions, its spirit, and its future. Members of the class of 2019 have developed their skills and brought pride and distinction to the university in many ways. They've applied their knowledge off campus through internships, service learning, and clinical field placements. Representing the senior class is Senior Class President Catherine Hanover from Fayetteville, New York. Katie is graduating this morning cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree in music industry. Along with her pursuit of academics, for which she earned Fredonia's Dean's List honors all 4 years, Katie served as a Student Association representative and a tutor for the Upward Bound program. She was a member of Fredonia Radio Systems her first year, the Fredonia Dance Team junior year, and Orchestra Dance Company this year. She has also been a lifeguard at the Steel Hall Natatorium all 4 years. During the summer of 2018, Katie was a royalties intern at Reservoir Music Media in New York City. On campus, an independent study project led her to research saxophonist Sigurd Rascher, whose archives reside in Reed Library, and she was a CD reviewer for Fredonia Radio Systems. Since May 2016, she has been manager for the musical act Fayday, and she is a keyboardist and singer for the band Kill the Lights. Katie's immediate plans include attending law school with the long-term goal of becoming an entertainment attorney to protect artists and their rights. Joining Katie this morning are her mother and father, Susan and George Hanover, and brothers John and Justin Hanover. Will you please stand and be recognized? And now it is my great pleasure to present your senior class president, Catherine Hanover.
Good morning. Welcome, distinguished faculty and staff, loving family and friends, and most importantly, each and every person before me in the class of 2019. College truly is a place where you evolve and grow as a person. I know I certainly have myself. Aside from ever imagining speaking at graduation, I would never have thought of running for class president. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent our class this year. I would like to call President Horvath up to the podium and present her with the senior class gift. This year we have chosen a scholarship given to Fredonia by the class of 2019. President Horvath, while you're up here, I would like to extend a warm thank you on behalf of my class, as well as all of the students, both current and past. Thank you for your time and dedication over the past 14 years in making Fredonia the wonderful campus that it is today. I would also like to acknowledge both of my commencement advisors, Patty Feraldi and Kathy Karras. Thank you both for your leadership and supporting me along this challenging journey. In addition, I would like to thank the Senior Challenge Committee. We could not have accomplished all of the tremendous fundraising events without all of you. Special thanks to Jason Chung and Aaron Fitzgerald. Your hard work and dedication to the class were unmatched, and I want to thank you both from the bottom of my heart. As the great philosopher and street poet Drake once said, "Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and you learn." These past 4 years have been full of various trials and tribulations for us all, but we did it. As we move out into the real world, we will continue to face challenges, but Fredonia has truly prepared us for any situation. Whether we are continuing on to graduate school or are brave enough to leap into the job market, we are all on our way to new and exciting opportunities. We all have Fredonia to thank for the knowledge we have acquired while studying at this wonderful institution, and I can confidently say that we are all well prepared for whatever lies ahead. Our time here at Fredonia has been full of sacrifice, hard work, late nights, but most importantly, making and maintaining lifelong friendships with people from all over the world. From New York City to Hong Kong, Turkey to California. From finding sea glass on the shores of Lake Erie to being part of the Fredonia dance team. From the lazy days spent at the creek to attending wonderful concerts of every genre at Roush Recital Hall. Being able to stand here today in front of all of you, graduating with a degree in music industry, means the world to me. I can remember the exact moment in high school when I knew I wanted to find a school that offered a music industry program. My love for music has significantly flourished these past 4 years, whether it was playing piano in Mason Hall at 3 a.m., or listening to Professor Petrie and Professor Shapiro lecture me on the life of the Beatles and how to draft a contract. Whether we came into Fredonia with a game plan that we stuck to, or changed our minds a few times along the way, we all have something to be extremely proud of today. For me, it was my education at Fredonia that prepared me to secure an internship at Reservoir, a music publishing company in Soho, New York. As the royalties intern, I was able to attend a dinner with Alicia Keys and meet various artists who came into the office, such as Kendrick Lamar and Young Thug. Now, it wouldn't be a true speech without thanking the people who got me here, starting with my true day ones, my core foundation, the PB to my J, the Phil to my Starbucks, my incredible family. Mom and Dad, thank you for always supporting me and pushing me to be the most genuine version of myself. Thank you for the endless phone calls, both day and night, and for never doubting my ability to succeed. To both of my brothers, John, my artistic muse, I can't wait to watch the success of Fayday. To Justin, your talent is endless, and I hope that one day the roles are reversed and I'm sitting in the audience watching you on Broadway. Thank you both for encouraging me to run for class president. I surprised my parents with the news after the fact, but my brothers inspired me to step outside of my comfort zone and try something new. That's what I hope you all take away from this speech today. Trying new things and pushing yourself to new heights is something I've been nervous to do up until this year. However, I'm so glad that I have. Being confident in your abilities to conquer your fears and stepping outside of your comfort zone is something I encourage each and every one of you to do. We will all be starting over and exploring new terrain next year, but college has given us the knowledge to be ready for any challenge that we may encounter. We have always been told that networking is everything in the job market, but now it's our time to step up to the plate and demonstrate this. We, now more than ever, have the confidence to make our own concrete decisions that will have an effect on our future. Our goals may seem outrageous and unattainable, but if we work hard enough and are supportive of our friends and colleagues, we can truly make anything happen. I would not be here today if I didn't have amazing friends that pushed me to try something new and were incredibly supportive every step of the way. Public speaking is my greatest fear, but if I can give a speech like this in front of all of you, then trust me, anything is possible. I want to end with a quote from Mindy Kaling in her 2018 commencement address at Dartmouth. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something, but especially not yourself. Congratulations, class of 2019, and in the wise words of Britney Spears, now get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, class of 2019, for your generous and lasting gift. Thank you, Katie, for those heartfelt remarks and for your years of service and leadership. It has been a joy for me to see your work with your senior class and have you serve as a member of the President's Student Cabinet. In recognition of your success and in thanks for all you have done here, I would like to present you with a memento of your time as class president. This bracelet has 3 charms that remind me of you and my hopes for your future. There's a piano with blue and white crystals to represent Fredonia. There is a bead with musical notes and symbols, and there's one with stars and moons that I think shows your future. As you explore music industry and move in your legal career, this represents my hopes for your future. Knowing your aspiration to become an attorney specializing in contracts and legal issues for the arts, you will have an important role in bringing many new voices and many kinds of music to the world. So Katie, I want to present this to you with my best wishes. I wish you all the best as you step out today, and I hope that whenever you wear this bracelet, you remember today and all that's in your heart as you stand on this platform. You've made a tremendous difference to this class of graduates, to those who will benefit from the class of 2019 scholarship, and to Fredonia. Thank you. And now the Fredonia Chamber Choir, under the direction of Dr. Vernon Huff, will sing The Graduate Leaving College, composed by Fredonia School of Music faculty member Dr. Rob Deemer, based on a poem by George Moses Horton.
What summons do I hear? The morning peal departures now. My eyes let fall a friendly tear and bid this place farewell. Attending servants come, the carriage wheels like thunders roar to bear the pensive seniors home, here to be seen no more. Pass one more transient night. The morning sweeps the college clean. The graduates take their last long flight, no more in college scene. What summons do I hear? The morning peal departures now. My eyes let fall a friendly tear and bid this place farewell. And bid this place farewell. And bid this place farewell.
Thank you, Dr. Huff and the Fredonia Chamber Choir for that wonderful performance, and thank you, Dr. Deemer, for the lovely composition. Two milestones that strike close to the heart are being marked today by our commencement speaker, Dr. Sean C. Nelms. Exactly 20 years ago, Dr. Nelms, a Buffalo native, received his BA in Adolescence Education Social Studies on this stage in Steele Hall. Emotions that he felt that day doubtless covered a broad range: exhilaration upon fulfilling degree requirements in his chosen field of study, and anticipation, perhaps even a hint of fear, as he pursued his goal of becoming a teacher. I suspect today's education graduates are also experiencing those same emotions. It was our strong teacher education program, as well as strong interest by the men's basketball coaching staff, that helped attract Sean Nelms to Fredonia. He landed that coveted first teaching position in the Greece Central School District near Rochester. He then joined the Rochester City School District before becoming a school administrator, initially as an assistant high school principal in 2003. A remarkable career in public education served in both urban and suburban school systems was building momentum. Subsequent positions held by Sean included middle school principal, chief of schools, and deputy superintendent. Along the way, Dr. Nelms received a master's degree and doctorate at the University of Rochester's Warner School of Education, where he later became an associate professor and director of its Center for Urban Education Success. Today, as superintendent of the East Educational Partnership Organization, Dr. Nelms is leading the dramatic turnaround of East High School, an inner-city school in Rochester that was performing so poorly that it was on the brink of being closed. It's hard to imagine a more daunting challenge for any educator. But Dr. Nelms felt morally drawn to the East EPO. He remembered all too vividly the distinct disadvantages children faced growing up on Buffalo's troubled East Side, where the vast number of students, by virtue of their zip code and really nothing else, were placed in failing schools. The East EPO gave Dr. Nelms a unique opportunity to stop a cycle that was all too familiar. Dr. Nelms worked with colleagues in the University of Rochester's Warner School of Education in 2015 to design and implement a school reform model that created a new culture that has dramatically improved the academic environment in a high-poverty school setting. That cultural shift is producing positive student outcomes that are measurable, too. Standardized test scores in English and mathematics are rising, as are average daily attendance rates, while student suspensions have been greatly curtailed. The community's perception of the school, founded more than a century ago, is also dramatically different. East is now a school that students are not fleeing, but one that parents want their children to attend. What's even more remarkable is that these achievements mean that East, unlike charter or magnet schools that have admission standards, opens its doors to all students, regardless of academic or behavioral issues. Administrators in schools across New York State and elsewhere seeking solutions to fix their troubled schools are reaching out to Dr. Nelms to learn more about this successful educational model. Dr. Nelms' leadership and the school that he's directed for the last 4 years have been well documented, often on newspaper front pages and magazine covers. One publication called Dr. Nelms the face of reform in an institution that went adrift, the calm captain of a ship in rough waters. Another heralded him as the young black male educator that school systems across the country say they're looking for but can't find. The second milestone for Dr. Nelms today is being on the same stage with his daughter, Nia, a social work major. She is following in his footsteps and will leave Steele Hall today with her Fredonia degree. We're delighted that Dr. Nelms joined the Fredonia family over 20 years ago, and today we celebrate one of our own as a needed agent of change in urban education, and we're incredibly proud to have him deliver the 2019 commencement keynote address. He is joined today by family members, including his daughter and Nia's sister, Alexia Nelms, and Patricia Nelms, and Aunt Andrea Saunders. May I ask them to stand and be recognized? And now, Dr. Sean Nelms.
Thank you for the warm introduction. Can we give Katie another round of applause? I mean, she dropped Kendrick and Drake at commencement. Right? Had she mentioned Nipsey Hussle, I might have just passed out. I don't know. So I tell you, it feels so good to write lies about yourself and to have a college president read them as facts. Doesn't that feel good? So thank you, President Horvath, Fredonia's faculty, staff, and you, the class of 2019, for allowing me to be part of this momentous occasion. Although we are celebrating you today, let's not forget the anxiety, excitement, and anticipation you felt less than 12 hours ago. The night before graduation is surreal, isn't it? You find yourself reflecting on the journey and all the memories, friendships, breakups, crushes you never acted upon, crushes you wished you never acted upon, classes you enjoyed, and those courses you can't remember anything about except the cost of the books. I won't use this occasion to explain how my Temple Street activities contributed to my extended 5-year college plan. My mother will be in the crowd, and there are Fred secrets that shall remain in confines of this community forever. As far as she knows, and your parents, we never skipped class, never spent our reimbursement or tuition checks on clothes and sneakers. Although we may have claimed once or twice that our parents or grandparents were sick in order to extend a project deadline. No, that would not be anything that a proud and honorable Fredonia graduate would do. For many of you, you never imagined this day would come, especially those who may have received a few reminders from the Academic Affairs Office stating that simply paying for the course doesn't lead to graduation. That only works for children of celebrities. However, your greatest worry last night, as mine was many years ago, may have been whether or not your parents would be on time today, or how you would figure out how to sneak in a few additional family members who didn't have tickets, who just simply would not take no for an answer. Well, graduates, that is called adulting. Making decisions and stressing about someone else's happiness. This feeling will haunt you and will likely define how your mind will work for the rest of your lives. Living your best life is over. Welcome to our misery. As an adult, you will be challenged to perform in the workplace, home, within your communities, and places of worship. More importantly, you will be expected to use your knowledge and skills to impact others, to leave a lasting impression on the world as a proud college graduate. I understand this transition all too well. I stand before you as a proud graduate of the class of 1999 and a member and participant in the educational development program offered here at East for students who are economically disadvantaged. Since graduating from Fredonia 20 years ago, I have had the privilege of leading 3 school districts in upstate New York as a teacher, school building administrator, and superintendent. In my current role as superintendent, associate professor, and director for the Center for Urban Education Success at the University of Rochester, I've collaborated with teams of incredible educators leading and researching a school transformation project for East High School in Rochester. East was the lowest performing school in the lowest performing district in New York State, before the University of Rochester and the New York State Education Department decided to create a model focused on ensuring equity and excellence for all students and staff. Before the University of Rochester's intervention, graduation rates were trending towards 19%. That's right, 19%. And nearly 41% of students were pushed out of school during or before their senior year. This is not a story of failure, rather an acknowledgement that broken systems create cycles of poverty and inequities. Note, I did not say dropped out. The system successfully got rid of kids they no longer wanted. Those students were not pushed out because school was hard, because their parents didn't stop engaging or value education, or because the staff wasn't frustrated, or that they were ineffective. The system was perfectly designed to get the results it was getting. We often start analyzing and judging others based on arbitrary measures rooted in privilege, classism, sexism, racism, etc. By asking what happened to them instead of what was wrong with students, parents, staff, we were able to deeply understand the root causes of a failed system. And more importantly, reorganized the system to create opportunities to address the critical needs of current and future students, parents, and staff. By the end of year 3, 61% of high school seniors met graduation requirements. And by August, we anticipate 70% of our students to walk the stage. There is plenty of work to do, but this experience helps to frame my message today. There's an old Greek proverb which states, "A society grows great when individuals plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in." All right, in case you were texting or snappy chatting or sliding in DMs, I'll repeat it. I just lost so many cool points with my kids. I'll say it again. A society grows great when individuals plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. School transformation has been the most rewarding professional endeavor of my career. However, there are East Highs throughout the country in many urban, suburban, and rural settings. Education is not alone in this fight. There are systemic failures in every industry which impede equity and excellence from being a reality, especially those who the system decides to disregard as undeserving. Each of you has the opportunity to be guardians of equity in your respective fields of study. So my challenge to you, as you embark on your next challenge, is to use the knowledge and skills which are honed at Fredonia to transform society, to think deeply and be cognizant of inequities in occupations associated with the School of Business, Education, Liberal Arts and Sciences, and the Visual and Performing Arts. Will you plant new seeds of equity for the next generation so that generations to come will benefit from systemic changes you created? Or will you allow the fertile soil of privilege, hate, greed, and division to define your legacy and impact? Will you invest time, energy, and resources to cultivate a new nation of learners, or allow yourselves to comfortably claim ignorant? 2019 is not only significant because of your incredible accomplishments today, it is also meaningful because for most of you, this opportunity to be educated and to pursue your dreams would not have been possible without those who fought for equity, justice, and equality for all people. 400 years ago in 1619, the first slave ships reached American soil in Virginia. Wasn't that long ago? We have all witnessed what the seeds of 400 years of hate and division can do to a country and the systemic barriers it created for its citizens. But you, class of 2019, are living examples of what 400 years of social action can produce. What will be your harvest? Your impact, Fredonia's impact, our collective impact for the next 400 years. I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of my greatest accomplishments, the birth of my oldest daughter, Nia. Nia is graduating today as a Blue Devil with a major in social work and a minor in sociology. And I could not be more proud of her and all that she has accomplished and the seeds of excellence she will plant for her siblings and family. In fact, her commitment to address social issues begins in 2 weeks when she spends 6 weeks in Africa looking at their social service system. Her career path is proof that she now benefits from the shade created by her deceased grandparents, great-grandparents, and all who struggled for 400 years to create equitable opportunities for you, for her, and for future Blue Devils. Honor your ancestors, your parents, and yourselves by planting trees whose shade you'll never sit in. I'm going to end with this quote by the great author and educator James Baldwin. He says, "The paradox of education is precisely this, that as one begins to become conscious, one begins to examine the society in which they are being educated." Best of luck and congratulations. We are all so proud of you and proud of what you've accomplished, and we are inspired by what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nelms, for sharing your inspiring message with the graduates and their families. To commemorate this day, I have purchased a brick for the walkway outside the Williams Center that will read, "A Tradition of Excellence, Sean Nelms, class of 1999, and Nia Nelms, class of 2019. I'm grateful for your message today and all of your work here and in New York State. Now let's honor and celebrate all of today's graduates. It's time. As we begin the presentation of candidates, please remain seated in Steele Hall until all graduates are recognized as a courtesy to everyone attending today's ceremonies. These diploma covers that will be given to graduates are a gift of the Commencement Committee and the Office of the Registrar. This morning's readers are Associate Provost for Curriculum Assessment and Academic Support, Lisa Hunter, and SUNY Distinguished Service Professor H. Joseph Strait of the Department of Mathematical Sciences. They have the hardest job here today, reading the names, so let's give them applause. Now will Provost Teresa Brown please join me in the approval of the confirmation of degrees for candidates for the bachelor's and master's degrees and the advanced certificate, and the presentation of candidates for graduation.
May I ask the enrobed faculty and staff to stand, please? Please turn and face the graduates. Faculty and staff, you have played important roles in educating and inspiring these graduates. I ask you now to confirm formally that they have met the requirements of their degree and certificate programs. Do you approve these candidates for the bachelor's and master's degrees and the advanced certificate? President Horvath, the candidates have been confirmed. Thank you, faculty and staff. Please be seated. Candidates for the master's degree and advanced certificate, will you please stand? President Horvath, these graduates have completed master's degree and advanced certificate requirements in their programs of study. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York. In the name of the faculty and by its authority, I have the honor of presenting them to you so that you may confer upon them the appropriate master's degree. Masters of Arts, Masters of Arts in Teaching, Master of Music, Master of Science, and Master of Science in Education, or the Advanced Certificate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I now confer upon you the appropriate master's degree or advanced certificate and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to that degree or certificate. Welcome to the company of scholars. Congratulations.
Candidates for the master's degree and advanced certificate will now be directed to the platform to be hooded and to receive their degrees. Graduates, the ushers will escort you forward by row. Master's degree recipients will be hooded by Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, J. Andy Karfa, and Interim Dean of the School of Business, Mojtaba Sayedian. Most advanced certificate graduates have previously attained their master's degree and therefore already wear the academic hood.
Hanadi Batarfi. Zainab Hussein Alalawi. Andrew Joseph Castellano. Leanne Nicole Schaefer. Megan P. Kuharski. Amanda Rose Seawagon. Jessica Page Maria Ruber. Caitlin J. Piatek. Alden A. Carlson. Natalie Rose Parada. Samantha J. Valvo. Emily Ann Francina. Ashley Elizabeth Strebel. Caroline Plias. Holly Catherine Mangus. Chelsea Lynn Spiegel. Alessandra Antoinetta Peters. Nice, easy one. Shannon F. Smith. Dana Christine Bjorgen. Victoria Adele Indelicato. Sandra E. Emke. Candace Audrey Sullivan. Rebecca Lynn Kroll. Kara Sean Becker. Jessica M. Vera. Daniel Theodore Haluski. Shuang Guo. Catherine Jane Riccio. Megan C. Crowley. Natalie Elizabeth Benson. Kelsey Danielle Drummond. Courtney E. Schmidt. Juliana Catherine Carlo. Sarah Elizabeth McCann. Valerie Nicole Andershak. Christopher L. Kelly, magna cum laude, also receiving a master's degree. Chelsea J. Holuka. Mary Catherine De Palma. Jordan Catherine Camblin. Siyuan Yang. Hai-Yi Shao. Hui Bum Her. Rachel Lynn Mack. Shauna Michelle Krugelitz. Maggie Elizabeth Papia. Connor Calvin Bell. Sydney Lynn Gornick. Jennifer Lynn Moore. Jamie L. Lovulo. Megan Lee Sherman. Stephanie Elaine Ashadian. Hannah Rose Giampolo. Mary Ellen Suzanne Devick. Kayleen Schaefer. Sarah Rose Palumbo. Krista Ray Dana.
Candidates for the bachelor's degree, will you please rise? President Horvath, these candidates have completed the curricula prescribed for their degrees by the State University of New York at Fredonia. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York. In the name of the faculty and by its authority, I have the honor of presenting them to you so that you may confer upon them the appropriate degree: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Science in Education.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I now confer upon you the appropriate bachelor's degree and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to the degree. Congratulations, you may now move your tassels from right to left.
Please be seated. Ushers will escort you to the stage by row to receive your degrees from members of the Fredonia College Council.
Wait till they get up. No, you just walk up to the president. She'll shake your hand and then go down. Yeah. First, you gotta get your fake diploma. Catherine Elizabeth Hanover, cum laude.
Mary E. DeChocho, summa cum laude.
Michael Conti, summa cum laude.
Sydney Lauren Deppes, summa cum laude.
Molly Woodarick, summa cum laude.
Catherine Danielle Fink, summa cum laude.
Kaylee E. Bates, magna cum laude.
Sarah Yee.
Mark Anthony Monsegur.
Afrin A. Siraji.
Jacob Michael Patterson.
Brendan Sabuda, cum laude.
Mackenzie R. Stevenson, magna cum laude.
Connor Joseph Mahadi.
Cassandra Lynn Norman, cum laude.
Kayla Dutton.
Megan S. Genko, summa cum laude.
Isabel Paris, cum laude.
Allison Margaret Leon, summa cum laude.
David P. Tataro.
Justin M. Abbott.
James Francis Quinones.
Stephanie Nicole Rawa, cum laude.
Leah Dawn Ferger.
Devana Eunice Johnson.
Hannah L. Johnson, cum laude.
Chelsea Ansante.
Jason Chung.
Brianni Amber Burrell Garbe, magna cum laude.
Deep Patel.
Alexandra Stefarik.
Nicholas Galusha.
Hannah Emily O'Sullivan.
Noah B. Gittleman, cum laude.
Samantha R. Dutry, summa cum laude.
Peyton Kenneth Johnson.
Leah Therese Abad, summa cum laude.
Nicole Alexandra Martin, summa cum laude.
Mary Polvino, cum laude.
Ellie Savet Puberis.
Julia Lynn Taboni, summa cum laude.
Amanda Jean Doster, cum laude.
Molly Rose Brockman, magna cum laude.
Nicolette L. Anderson, summa cum laude.
Kimberly Grayson, cum laude.
Lindsay R. Shear, cum laude.
Caitlin T. Smith.
Stephanie Diakovasilis, magna cum laude.
Brianna Marie Canale, magna cum laude.
Elizabeth Grace Rich, magna cum laude.
Hallie Sapkowski, magna cum laude.
Andrea Noel Nicosia, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Janelle Gali, summa cum laude.
Michael John Lancaster, summa cum laude.
Samantha Bell King.
Miranda Isabella Gross, magna cum laude.
Alexis Tiroli, cum laude.
Lindsay Brooke Anderson, magna cum laude.
Kaylee Elizabeth Russell, summa cum laude.
Melanie Erin Hall, summa cum laude.
Tyler Page Marco.
Abigail Christine Krizanovich.
Caitlin R. Croft, summa cum laude.
William D. Snell, cum laude.
Jake Rebecki, summa cum laude.
Kelly Nicole Hanner.
Matthew Yost Lipschitz.
Joe Kim.
Seth Thomas Pulver.
Xiang Ha.
Matthew Swan, cum laude.
Chiwang Zhang, magna cum laude.
Maren Jean Kent, cum laude.
Wusong Jung.
Aubrey Ray Murray.
Miles J. Pierce.
Danielle J. Crisafulli.
Zachary LaRue Sovakul.
Jordan Waltz.
Courtney Joe Osman, cum laude.
Sarah G. Morgan.
Megan Elizabeth DeLaura.
Mary Louise Starosa.
Cheyenne S. Briere, cum laude.
Brianna Damiano.
Claire Dennehy.
Andrew Dwayne Heater.
Christopher P. Egan.
Nicole Giardina.
Eric James Nope, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Heiler, magna cum laude.
David Devon Travis.
Christina Colase.
Zachary Sierra.
Taylor Van Denmark.
Zachary Francis Weatherlow.
Maya Elise Kozak, cum laude.
Liam Benjamin Tennis.
Alexis J. Lavallee, summa cum laude.
Tanner Allen Dahl.
Natalie Rose Barafato, cum laude.
Brandon Keith, cum laude.
Riley Michelle Shago, cum laude.
Jillian Lindsay Stonefoot, summa cum laude.
Rachel Marie Aiello, summa cum laude.
Michaela Tadros, summa cum laude.
Jenna Nicole Einek.
Aaron L. Fitzgerald.
Sarah A. Swayze, summa cum laude.
Sierra Mendez.
Justice D. Nodden.
Florence Rose LaPlaca, summa cum laude.
Caitlin Melendez.
Ryan Ravi Shakya.
Logan Keene, summa cum laude.
Caitlin Brianna Donahoe.
William Joseph Jackson.
Noah Scholerman.
Nicholas Andrew Jacobs.
Zachary David Roberts.
Christopher Lee Jacobs, summa cum laude.
Samantha Lee Taddeo.
Cody J. Beckwith, cum laude.
Gabrielle L. Mateo.
Christopher Michael Erb, cum laude.
Tyler F. Norton, summa cum laude.
Elaine Andrew Moffett, magna cum laude.
Megan Roberts, summa cum laude.
Eric Gerald Bogart.
Savannah Wells.
Luke Rivera.
Rebecca L. Lenseth, magna cum laude.
Jonathan Bradley Carlson, cum laude.
Michael Charles Rensel.
Brandon Smugnardi.
Caroline Marie Oak, summa cum laude.
Maxwell Cameron Ross.
Alexis Emmy Vargas, cum laude.
Todd Schaus.
Jeremy Robert Smith, magna cum laude.
Kyle M. Jelinski.
Jennifer Lynn Abel.
James P. Morgan.
Andrew Joseph Stoffel, summa cum laude.
Robert George Palachek, cum laude.
Jacob Martin Favre, magna cum laude.
Erica A. Whitney.
Mallory Mecca.
Kaylee E. Falk.
Mallory Elizabeth Thomas.
Kayla Ann Connolly.
Alexander Richard Green, magna cum laude.
Allison R. Chatley, cum laude.
Megan Caroline McIntyre, summa cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Hanrahan, summa cum laude.
Madison Paige Scheffler, summa cum laude.
Tina Santucci, magna cum laude.
Zachary A. Kellerman.
Samantha R. Larson, magna cum laude.
Elise Ariane Lukashevitz, magna cum laude.
Andrew Walter Bazanek, magna cum laude.
Tamara Jennings.
Luigi J. Montanero.
Colton Howard Butler, cum laude.
Allison Beth Robbins, summa cum laude.
Kyle James Mascara.
Maya Kesson.
Carrie Ann Gooding.
Catherine Rose Cronin.
Mackenzie P. Campbell.
Sarah Elizabeth Little, cum laude.
Claudia Elizabeth New, magna cum laude.
Taylor M. and Sweeney, cum laude.
Renee Herman.
Abigail Scullis, summa cum laude.
Patrick Edward Ruman, magna cum laude.
Emily Teresa Schellenberger, magna cum laude.
Dakota S. Premisa.
Jessica Sue Merle, summa cum laude.
Christian J. Figueroa.
Richard Nelson Els.
Ashley Francis Santos, summa cum laude.
Alexander Waring Carl.
Dylan Lundmark.
Tuna Tamiz.
Katrina Kirkendall.
Zachary Alt.
Catherine Andalora, summa cum laude.
Carly Garvin.
Janie Deck, magna cum laude.
Brittany Ann Marie Knowles.
Tyler Gross.
Zachary J. Rose, cum laude.
Scott Tyler Binky, summa cum laude.
Charles Williams.
Jordan Matthew Willard, summa cum laude.
Brendan Michael Licker.
Garrett James Berarda Curdy.
Daniel Kabir Ahmed, magna cum laude.
Deanna Jean Klusik.
Vincent J. Eberhardt, magna cum laude.
Emily Ann Blighty.
Brandon Chandra.
Haley Siebert, magna cum laude.
Amanda Nicole Pepe, cum laude.
Mackenzie Elise Whitmore, magna cum laude.
Allison Eileen Buskey.
Jade Marley Osachi, cum laude.
Jack William Horn.
Danielle Pietropalo.
Austin James Zalesko.
Abigail Marie Hentz.
Jacob Dubel.
Heather Smith.
Tyler Scott Witt.
Molly Morgan Up.
Michael Gambetto.
Kate Sandra Dotterweich, summa cum laude.
Tyler Michael Sloganhop.
Leanne M. Sterling, magna cum laude.
Peter F. Fury.
Sarah Ruth Leibowitz.
Michelle Martinez Garcia, cum laude.
Aaliyah Marie Sample, summa cum laude.
Logan Panella, cum laude.
Madison Michelle Whippo, summa cum laude.
Samantha Joe Palumbo, magna cum laude.
Whitney Atkins, magna cum laude.
Megan Corin McGuire, cum laude.
Jessica Losell, cum laude.
Rachel E. Orth, cum laude.
Amanda Wellens.
Bridget Ann McCabe, cum laude.
Logan Len Youngberg.
Nicole McDonald.
Mitchell Mark Storm.
Andrew Jordan Masiello.
Morgan Gregory Brown, magna cum laude.
Liam Ellis Lipsky.
Gerard Pasquale Murato.
Michael John Walker, cum laude.
John Ryan Marcotte.
Austin York.
Rachel Marie Arnold, summa cum laude.
Nakib Kabir.
Hunter Lee Steffenhagen, summa cum laude.
Alan Sosa Tetelpa.
Elisa M. Smith, cum laude.
Katie Nicole Peters, cum laude.
Caitlin Elizabeth McMines, magna cum laude.
Shanae Tajay Lyons Orange.
Samantha Elizabeth Ettinger.
Amber Goldsmith.
Cassidy Meehan, cum laude.
Kelly Lizito.
Francesca Bransifort, magna cum laude.
Brian T. Bernier.
Mary Kate Petz, magna cum laude.
Leanne Miliato, summa cum laude.
Ashley Lynn Pennington.
Kimberly Christine Mazurowski, cum laude.
Selena Miche Ragland.
Raven Nancy Zadie.
Shanika Sharp.
Matthew Ryan Lancaster.
Anton V. Agafonov, magna cum laude.
Tina D. Graham, cum laude.
Tyler John King.
Patrick T. Walsh, magna cum laude.
Trisha J. Pfluger.
Chase Mackenzie Helgren, cum laude.
Gabriel Patrick Levine, cum laude.
Evan Hannon, cum laude.
Kyle J. LaJoy.
Emma Francis.
Kale Alejandro Mendez de Mahalo, cum laude.
Samuel H. Johnson, cum laude.
Christian Josue Pacheco, summa cum laude.
Anthony J. Agnello.
Carter John Windoft, magna cum laude.
Carolyn Bellotti.
Morgan A. Steele, summa cum laude.
Lena Gabriela Cambron.
Sarah Carey, summa cum laude.
Tara Lynn Keohane, cum laude.
Rachel Colangelo.
Caitlin Valenza.
Lillian Jane Markley, cum laude.
Carly M. Torpy.
Lillian Jane Dixon, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Kirschner, summa cum laude.
Grace Ann Farrell.
Abigail I. Price.
Jennifer Grace Black, magna cum laude.
Lucas John Schaefer.
Jessica A. Leoy, magna cum laude.
Michael E. Williamson.
Kevin O'Neill Amiller, summa cum laude.
Joshua Shane Kepsel, magna cum laude.
Seth Weidman, cum laude.
Patrick John Sheehan.
Timothy Joseph Sherry, summa cum laude.
Luke A. Kushevsky.
Patrick Robert Norris, magna cum laude.
Jonathan Roger Morrison, magna cum laude.
Patrick R. Hart.
David P. Shearsing.
Morgan Marie Simons.
Robert Wigand.
Lindsay Sue Clark, summa cum laude.
Kevin Andrew Urinek, summa cum laude.
Matthew Anderson.
Nathan Even Oaks, cum laude.
Alexander Dietzen.
Brittany Nicole Soto, cum laude.
Clayton Charles Troya.
Heather Larkin, cum laude.
Angeline V. Kimbrell, summa cum laude.
Tara L. Thompson, cum laude.
Corey Daniel Wagner.
Megan Elizabeth Gallivan, summa cum laude.
Stephanie Joan Wojnowski, summa cum laude.
Ryan Michael Scott, cum laude.
Clarissa Nicole Ott, summa cum laude.
Emily Marie Ferris.
Hannah E. Curbs, magna cum laude.
Shannon Marie Ketzak, summa cum laude.
Merlin Alexander Joseph Jr., cum laude.
Madison P. Evans.
Brandon Michael Haas.
Victoria Rachel Sokolowski, cum laude.
Kaylee Walway, cum laude.
Morgan Sinzerbachs.
Joshua Arriega.
Aaron M. Lemmy.
Daniel A. Satchel.
Samantha C. Woofter.
Aaron G. Werbinski.
Sarah Christine Wood, cum laude.
Roberto Julian Gonzalez, summa cum laude.
Sydney Lynn Bidas, summa cum laude.
Emily Grace Moyer, magna cum laude.
Megan Jessica Ott, summa cum laude.
Michael Kamraj, cum laude. Robert Chancellor Moore, magna cum laude.
Great. Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. Today we have a special guest joining us. Charles Schumer was elected in November 2016 for his fourth term representing New York State as a U.S. Senator and elected by his colleagues to serve as leader of the Democratic caucus, the first time a New York Senator has held the position. Please welcome Senator Charles Schumer.
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, to the class of 2019, congratulations, you've made it. Now, it's my honor to be here. I want to thank President Horvath. This is her last commencement weekend for the great job she's done. When she took over Fredonia, it was a very good institution. Now it's a great institution. Thank you for your hard work. Now, first, to the class of 2019, I'd like to announce my class gift. I have a gift. You know, it's hard to pay for college. If you're poor, the federal government helps you out. That's a good thing. But what about the middle class? So a few years ago, I wrote a law that said you or your parents, who's ever paid for college, can take as a full tax credit $2,500 off your federal taxes for every year of college, provided, in Washington, there's always a provided your family income is below $200,000 a year. So, if you come from a family who makes below $200,000, make sure you or mom or dad, whoever paid, takes that credit. Last year, because it's a relatively new tax credit, a quarter of all the families who were entitled didn't take it. And if you happen to forget over the last 3 years, you can file a form with the IRS, simple form, and get a check of up to $7,500 back in the mail. Not a bad class gift. Now you might ask, what happens if you come from a family who makes above $200,000 a year? God bless you. But I will say this. I am also working on legislation to help reduce the student debt burden after you get out of college. Our goal, with bipartisan support, is to say no person shall pay more than a small percentage of their income any year to repay back student loans, and we're going to get that done. It's long past time for our government to tackle the student debt crisis. A word to the moms and dads. I know how you feel. A few short years ago, my wife Iris and I sat where you did, watched our daughter Allison come up on the platform and get her diploma. It was one of the greatest days of our lives. And you know, it's not easy raising kids, but all the blood, sweat, and tears that you went through is well worth it when you see your son or daughter come here, get that diploma, and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. And one other word of thanks. As we are here today having a great morning, there are young men and women in our armed forces, many of them overseas, many of them in dangerous places like Iraq and Afghanistan. They are risking their lives for our freedom and our American way of life. Let's have a round of applause for them as well. Now, to this great class of 2019, you know, all of those late nights in the library, early mornings in the classroom have earned you a degree from a great institution, and your degree is better than most, so you have a leg up to begin with. And it's good that you have it, because you're graduating into a world that's moving really, really fast. This is an era of profound economic and social change. In the old days, when you graduated from college, the odds were pretty high that you'd have the same job, certainly be in the same field, for 40 years. That's not so true anymore. Many of you will have several jobs, even several careers. Now, along with these economic changes, the internet has put so much information at our fingertips, it's sometimes hard to figure out what's important and to be able to distinguish between what's true and what isn't. And all too often, the loudest voices get the most attention. A generation ago, things like terrorist attacks and mass shootings were almost never heard of. Now it seems every month we hear of one. So this world is changing, and there's a lot of good, but there's some real problems down the road. But here's the good news. Your generation is better equipped than any other that came before it to adapt to these challenges, to overcome the obstacles they present, and to seize the opportunities they afford. But right now, sitting in your seats, you may not be sure of what's going to come next. With so much of the world changing around you, sometimes you might feel like you're jumping into an abyss. But the key, graduates, is this. Don't fear the unknown. Embrace it, relish it, soak up every possibility it has to offer. Now, how do I know? Well, I went through some of these situations when I was your age. I went to James Madison High School in Brooklyn, New York, which was then a working-class high school. But from there, I was lucky enough to get into Harvard. In those days, no one from where I came from got into Harvard. Harvard was filled with fancy private school students, and I was the son of an exterminator who never went to college, going to public school in Brooklyn, long before Brooklyn was cool. So, I was scared. What was I going to do at this brand new fancy place? I went to the one fella from my high school who had gone to Harvard years before me. He was the only other one who went. His name was Red O'Brien. We both played on the school's basketball team. When I asked Red how I was going to make it at this fancy school, he told me very matter-of-factly. He said, "Chuck, try out for the freshman basketball team. They're terrible, just like Madison's. So you'll make the team easily, and that's who you'll hang out with. Those will be your friends." He had a point about the quality of our team. At Madison, the motto of our basketball team was, "We may be small, but we're slow." Well, now let's go to the tryouts, third week of school. We're wearing these little numbers. Coach calls me up. "Number 27, he says. "Yes, sir." "You're Schumer." "Yes, sir." "You played for Madison." "Yes, sir." "How's Coach so-and-so?" "He's fine, sir." Then he looks at me sort of quizzically. He said, "You played forward?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "How tall are you?" I said, "I'm 6'1", sir." He said, "Can you dribble?" I said, "That's not my strong suit, sir." He said, "Go home." He didn't even watch me touch a basketball. As you can imagine, basketball was supposed to be my ticket at this new place. I was distraught. I wrote my mom a note. I said, "It's only 2 weeks into school. I'm a flop already. I'm coming home." And I actually started to pack up my bags. But as fate would have it, as I was packing late that night, somebody knocked on my door. Who could it be? Was it my parents coming to take me home? Nope. Was it maybe the basketball coach coming to give me a second chance? Nope. Was it the guy down the hall inviting me to the big, cool weekend party? No luck there either. I slowly turned the handle to open the door. And standing there across the threshold was somebody who said, "I'm from the Harvard Young Democrats. We're working for a man named Eugene McCarthy who's for ending the war in Vietnam." Well, I didn't have a political bone in my body. My father was a Republican. My mother was a Democrat. But I had lost some friends in the Vietnam War, and I was worried about the future of the country. And so I said something that changed the course of my life forever. I shrugged my shoulders, and I said, "Okay." The next morning, I went out with this group of kids. We got on a bus. We went up to New Hampshire, where the primary was. And I loved it. It was like sports. We divide up neighborhoods and knock on doors. We designed our own leaflets. It was teamwork. And over the next few months, on that snowy streets of New Hampshire, working for an insurgent campaign, I was bitten by the political bug. Now, maybe it was luck. I'd like to believe it was God's hand. But in that moment of intense anxiety and uncertainty about the future, I took a leap and said, "Okay," to something completely new and different, and it enriched my life forever. Thanks to the McCarthy campaign, I realized how much I loved politics, how deeply I cared about the impact it had on people. McCarthy didn't win the primary, but he came so close that the incumbent president, Lyndon Johnson, stepped down after just one term in office. A ragtag group of students and other assorted nobodies in New Hampshire changed the course of history. I thought to myself, whoa, what a system, what a country. I was inspired, and I decided then and there I wanted to dedicate my life to making the world a better place, just as so many of you young people are doing that today, and thank God for you. A few years later, I ran for the state assembly, and against all odds I won, and the rest is history. So graduates, on this day of your great achievement, my advice to you, take the risk, follow your passion. For those of us who have gotten older and look back on life, one of the more difficult moments, the painful moments, are the what-ifs. We all have them. What if I had only done this? What if I had only gone there? In life, there will always be moments that present new opportunities and change the course of things forever. They won't always be advertised as such, and no one's going to label them to you when they appear. Sometimes they're as unassuming as a late-night knock on the door. You just need to keep your eyes open to them. So, my message to the class of 2019 is very simple. Go for it. You're about to cast off into the unknown. Sometimes, as you know, it can be scary, but you've got great assets, a fabulous education at Fredonia, loving families that are always going to have your back through thick and thin. So, garner up the courage and strength to put aside your doubts, take a chance, and if you do, it is my hope, it is my prayer, and indeed, it is my confidence you will find true success and joy in life. To this great class of 2019, good luck. Congratulations. Godspeed, and don't forget, go for it.
Congratulations to each of you receiving a degree this morning. Special thanks and congratulations to today's keynote speaker, Dr. Sean Nelms, the musical groups, and all special guests for being part of the 2019 commencement of the State University of New York at Fredonia. Please join the processional party and the faculty and staff for a reception in the Robert and Marilyn Madam Music Rehearsal Halls immediately following the ceremony. Graduates will be exiting Steele Hall at the lower levels facing the Williams Center. Now please rise and join the Fredonia Chamber Choir in singing our alma mater, and remain standing for the closing reflection written by Nathan Kropp and read by Catherine Riccio, who this morning received a Master of Science degree in Speech Language Pathology.
We now beseech the goodness at the heart of existence, the ultimate reality who is finally nameless, for a blessing for these our graduates, a benediction, a good word spoken of them and for them. May a desire to learn be ever enkindled in their hearts, and may they be humbled when they think they have plumbed the depths of reality. May a desire to search for truth, goodness, and beauty lead them down the exquisitely winding ways of the road less traveled, to drink from the streams of righteousness, peace, and justice, and never be quenched. May a desire to serve cause them to unblock their ears and allow the cries of the poor and vulnerable to pierce them to the heart and impel them to give of themselves for the sake of others, to live simply so that others may simply live. May the poisonous dualism of black and white, good and evil, and us and them be purged from their hearts, even as they are comforted with the security needed to accept the complexity of life. May the energies of the universe that course through their veins now not be quashed by the quotidian routines of life after college. May they be buoyed up by the vast ocean of beneficence, which surrounds them today and always, but which, like water to fish, is seldom noticed. May all of them know in the depths of their hearts that they are worthy of benediction, worthy of these good words spoken to them in love.